What's up, guys? It's Jimbo here, and we are finally able to get onto the servers. If you have been waiting all day and all night like we've been, welcome to the party. But the servers are up now. If you can connect, there was a queue when I tried to log in myself. And today we're going to talk about what all has happened in this update, what we can do and can't do, and what has changed. The real meat of it anyway. I'm not going to go through all the little balance changes with some of the classes and stuff like that. If you're interested in that, you can check out your specific class. There's plenty of videos out on those. We're going to go over the meat and potatoes of this rather big update coming to World of Warcraft Dragonflight. So first off, the most important thing is it is Vault Day. And what does that mean? That means we get to open up our vaults, and we're going to do that here on this video. So make sure you hang out to the end where we will open that up and hopefully get a decent tier piece. I put in a lot of work with our Mythic Pluses this week. I actually have all 9 slots open, with 6 of them being over item level 400. So pretty good odds on getting something good there. And then also we have our Creation Catalyst. So I'm pretty much guaranteed to have my 4-set bonus going into this week, which is really late. I would much rather have my 4-piece bonus long before this point in time, but been a little unlucky in raids and with my vault. And also this is technically a reroll character, as our Demon Hunter is rather new compared to what we started as, which was the Monk. Let's take a look here at what we are going to be looking at. So if we look at where we're at here, we are at the top of Valdrakken. Why are we up here? Well, this is where you need to be to pick up the quest. And what quest might that be? Well, it's going to be the quest you need to operate the catalyst, the revival catalyst. Now, the revival catalyst can be found in Tier Hold. That's over here on your map. You will see where it's at. Everybody's going to be hovering there. I have heard reports that you might want to turn off war mode before you go over there. It seems to be quite the war zone right now, as is to be expected. And the good news about that is one of the big changes coming in this patch is that you can actually turn on and turn off war mode now in Valdrakken. You do not need to go back to your capital city to do that anymore, which is a huge convenience change. Even though the portals are there and it's not hard to get back and forth, it was just an annoyance to have to, take those extra couple of steps, go back, turn on or turn off war mode, come back, so on and so forth. Now you'll also notice that we are using the default UI, and that's because if you use ELV UI, it seems to have, the update seems to have bricked ELV UI. So I had to revert back to some default UI stuff to make the character playable. I don't like it, but I assume there will be an update coming out soon that we can go back to where we were. So now you're in Valdrakken. You hopefully have war mode turned off. What you're going to do is you're going to come over here to the Watcher, and you are going to pick up this quest called Reviving the Machine. This is going to be the quest that has you seek out the Revival Catalyst, so we will accept this quest here, and then we are going to fly over to where the Catalyst is. I do have war mode off in anticipation for this, so Tier Hold is not far away. If you've been doing the quests for the storyline, the campaign, then you should know exactly where this is. It's not far away. 1.4k yards to be exact there, as you can see with the little icon. So we're going to take a trip over here and see what is going on. Now, one of the other big updates for this season while we're flying is, or for this patch rather, is transmogs, right? So you're going to be able to transmog gray and white items, which is huge. This means there will be a lot of customization options going for characters now, and I think that is fantastic, as some of the coolest things, styles in the game came from gray and white items. So I'm happy to see those finally be added into the cosmetics. Kind of crazy that it's taken so long, to be completely honest, but hey, better late than never, right? So if you come over here, you'll see we have Antuka, the Catalyst Steward, and this is the Revival Catalyst. And we're going to talk to them.
We stand against
There we go.
chaos.
We will complete our quest here for that. And then they are going to give us another quest, which is going to give us Lifeblood here, which I assume is going to be the currency to operate the catalyst. So if we take a look here, this is going to give us a quest over here. This is a percentage to complete quest. And what this is going to do is once you fill up the bar, you complete the quest. And we are going to be able to complete this quest on any of our characters. So if you're somebody who likes to jump around on multiple characters, you'll be able to do a little bit of the quests on your main, a little bit of the quest on your alts, and you can bounce around from different characters if you like to run a couple different characters through mythics or raids or whatever the case may be to complete these. If we take a look over here, you will see that we have from the Wowhead website, we have the percentages of what you get for doing these different things to fill up that quest bar. So obviously we need 100% to be able to complete this quest, and we take a look here. We'll see that this can be done on any character and is awarded by completed various activities. Killing the Primal Invasion rare mobs grants 5% quest credit. Completing a Dragon Isles world event siege on Dragonbane Keep, Grand Hunts, Storm's Fury. I assume this is also going to include the cook, the community feast. It doesn't say it on here, but I would assume it also includes the community feast for a 10% credit. Now, just think, if that is correct, that means on your main, if you do the siege, the feast, the grand hunt, and Storm's Fury, that's 40% that you get just for doing it on your main. If you also do that on an alt, now you're up to 80%. I assume you'll be able to overlap that. And then you just need to fill in a couple of percent elsewhere. Now, killing the Vault of the Incarnate's raid boss grants 25% quest credit. Unconfirmed on that one, though. And then also completing a Dragon Isles dungeon or Mythic Plus grants 25% quest credit. Confirmed on Mythic difficulty, but unsure on lower difficulties. This probably counts for Mythic Zeros. So probably just being able to do 4 Mythic Zeros. You'll be able to get it done pretty quickly. And then also winning a Battleground solo shuffle or arena match grants quest credit. Confirmed by Holinka on Twitter. The quest percent is unknown at the moment, but presumably 10% per win. So 10% per win if you're doing solo shuffle as a DPS, that's 20-minute queues. Well, you're probably not going to be able to get the quest done by the end of the week. You better look into doing some of these other options. You see here we have Mr. Ajax. Ajax is our cat, and sometimes he likes to just get included in on the videos. He doesn't want to do this any other time. He just steps all over the keyboard. He's searching in the search bar, doing all kinds of shenanigans here, as cats typically do. So this gives us a pretty good thing. So essentially, it looks like you're just going to be able to do your things that you should already be doing throughout the week if you're just playing the game. It would be cool maybe if there were some things for your professions on here, since this was such a profession-based expansion. Yeah, they were really pushing hard for the professions. But I mean, it's not the end of the world or anything like that. It's just a preference there. So if we take a look back here, we should be able to take a look at our game. There we go. So we're going to work on filling this bar up here, and then we will be able to use the catalyst. So I'll give you a look real quick here on how the catalyst works. Obviously, I haven't completed the quest yet, so I won't be able to physically do it. But you'll see Ajax is booping my hand, moving my character all over the place. Love that. So if we click on the catalyst here, you'll see we do not have the currency to be able to do this. And it is a account-wide currency. And also what we've already known is that when you complete the quest on any of your characters, all of your characters will get +1 charge, right? So if you currently have 5 alts, plus your main, 6 characters total that you like to play, complete this quest and you will have a total of 6 charges, 1 on each character, and there is a limit of 6 charges per character. So if you go 6 weeks of doing this quest and you haven't used any of your charges for some reason, that will be the max that you can cap out at. You will want to make sure that before the 7th week you use at least 1 of your charges, so that way you are not overcapping there. Ajax, what are you doing, bud? So what you're going to do here is you're going to click the plus box, and it's going to give you a list of items that you have eligible to be able to turn into tier gear. That way there's no confusion as to what you can do. I should actually clarify that. Everything that you put in here is not going to turn into tier and give you your tier bonus. obviously your back piece, your cloak, is not a piece of your tier set, right? But it is an option that you can choose here. So you do want to make sure that you are picking the right things if you want your tier set bonus. Now, what that means is if you already have your complete tier set and everything is good to go exactly how you want it, what you can do is you can choose these off pieces, such as, no Ajax, come on, bud, such as your back piece and your belt and so on. And when you do that, you'll see it changes it into a different piece of gear with different stats. And what it's also going to do is pretty much give you the transmog for your tier set. So not only are you going to have the tier set look for your main pieces of gear as you normally do, but you will also be able to get the tier set appearance for your for your back piece, for your bracers, for your belt, all of these pieces, your boots, so you can have a complete setting match of tier for all of these pieces. If that's your kind of thing. Eventually, you're going to have your entire set, and you're not going to have anything to use the catalyst on, right? So using it to get those tier pieces, or maybe you need it to change the stats on a piece of gear that you have. That is also a good way of doing that. What other updates do we have? Oh, the trading post. So the trading post is a part of this update, but it is not currently in this patch. And the reason for that is that it is going to run on a monthly cycle. So there wouldn't be a really good reason to put it in today, as we are only 1 week away from the end of the month. So that is when it is going to be added on February 1st. So that way the trading post can be a part of a full 1 month cycle starting at the beginning of every month. Now, the trading post is going to be in your main capital city, and you're going to be able to interact with that to be able to purchase all kinds of really cool, we'll call them cosmetic things, such as transmogs and mounts and things of that nature. Now, you will get points, I believe it's 500 points, just for having an active account. You will also get points for completing objectives. These objectives are going to be things that you already do in your daily life of playing World of Warcraft. Some of it may be gathering, some of it may be dungeons, some of it may be raids, PvP, so on and so forth. They apparently are also going to even have some weird ones like hug this specific NPC, or doing certain emotes in certain places for some fun objectives to get completed for maybe people that don't want to do PvP and raids and whatnot, which is also a really cool thing that those people were being included and able to get points too. So you'll be able to use these points on these cosmetic items that are going to be in the trading post, and they are going to rotate out. So if you do have something in there that you want to make sure you're getting your bonuses completed to be able to get that transmog out. Now, there are two things in place. One of them is a rotating system, so if you can't get the item right away, it should come back again in the cycle at some point in time. And then also there is going to be a freeze option. So with the freeze option, you will be able to take one specific item, and you will be able to freeze it, so when the rotation happens in the shop, that item will still be there. You don't have to wait for it to cycle back around again, which is cool. Now, if there's so many items you want to freeze them all, unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be an option. So make sure you're getting your points, make sure you're getting the items you want, and if there's one in particular, make sure you freeze it. The other event that we have that's going to be starting, and we're pretty close to it here, so I guess we can take a flight over. It's going to be directly south from here. It's going to be in this area. Now, there is a quest. I didn't pick it up. It's up where you pick up the quest for the revival catalyst, actually. So you want to make sure you are checking for all the new quests that are up in that area. We're going to fly on down here to the temporal portal down here. Brings you to another time, not another place. You may have interacted with this area before, as this is where you go to do your Trial of Elements. The Trial of Elements is a weekly quest, and if you complete it, it's on a timer, and there is no way of knowing exactly when it's going to happen. But if you're there when it happens, there is a chest that you can open, which can give you some cool loot. So this is the portal here. I'll just take a look at our map again so we can see where we're at the temporal conflux. You come through here, and this is where the new storm events are going to be happening. So in here, this is going to happen on I believe it was a 5-hour cycle. There's going to be an event that happens in here, and what's going to happen is there's going to be an attack, and you are going to help defend from that attack.
Are preparing to attack the temporal complex.
See? The Primalists are attacking. Cannot allow them to gain. There we go. So there's going to be portals in here that you have to stop, and once you stop all of the portals here, you'll see we have one right here. We'll park here just to take a look at it here. Elemental portal. Once you close all of the portals, the boss will become available to be attacked, and once you kill the boss, that'll be the completion there for that. I believe the boss is going to be coming up somewhere right around here. Yep, there we go. There's that. So you'll want to be completing these, as you'll be able to get some pretty cool gear. I think they did include some transmog and some mounts in that too. And you'll see you're automatically included in with the Elemental Portals Active 4. I believe you're going to want to get that down to 0. Is there anything else in this update that we've forgotten? I think that is all of the big things. We have the new Primal Storm event. We have the Revival Catalyst. We have the Gray and White Transmogs. We have the Trading Post. I think that leaves only one thing left. And that's going to be to open our vault. What are we going to get from our vault? I currently have a 3-piece tier set. I only have 2 of the pieces equipped because, well, the item level for my 3rd piece is lower than the other piece of gear that I have in that slot. And having a 3rd piece of tier on doesn't do anything, right? So it's been kind of just sitting in my bags and waiting. Now, if we could just get our 4th piece out of the vault here, that would be fantastic, as I would have a reason to then equip the 3rd piece, and we can have our full 4-set bonus. Also worth remembering, guys, that you can also get your tier set bonus for PvP gear too, which means just because you've used your Creation Catalyst to get your 4-set bonus for your normal Mythic tier gear, doesn't mean you're completely done, right? If you like the PvP, whether it's World PvP or Battlegrounds, Solo Shuffle, whatever the case may be, if you're a healer, please play Solo Shuffle. We need more of you, please. You're going to want to make sure that you are getting your best in slot PvP gear and then also using it in the Creation Catalyst. So that way, or I'm sorry, it's called the Revival Catalyst now. The Revival Catalyst to make sure you're getting your tier set PvP gear. All right, so we're here. We are at the bank, and obviously this is where the vault is, right? We're going to take a look here and see what we can get. So if we take a look at our gear here, let's take a look at our bags too. You see I have a lot of low-tier gear here because I'm doing Battle for Azeroth quest to unlock the Troll Allied race. So what is the piece that we're looking forward to most? So our current... Oh, this doesn't work. Or is the game lagging? I think the game is lagging. Does anybody else get that lag in Valdrakken? You just get a random, like, 3 seconds of just straight-up lag. So we currently have our tier set for our gloves. And we have it... Here's another little lag spike there. There we go. And for our legs. Now, in our bag, we also have another leg. I did think that I had one more piece in here. Maybe I was mistaken. Oh, I lied. Here it is. So we have it for our headpiece also. So we're going to be looking for our tier piece, preferably in our shoulders then. We do not want it for our chest. Though if we do get it for the chest, I'm not going to complain. I can worry about min-maxing, having it in the correct spot later on with the Creation Catalyst. But preferably, I would like to get it in the shoulders here today, and then use my Spark of Ingenuity to craft a Lifebound chest, which is going to be our Bisque chest going forward. So that would be the preferred option. Now, let's take a look and see what we can have. Come on, chat. I need your luck. I need your luck. Give it to me. All right, 5-second countdown. We got 3 on the clock, 2 to go, 1, and it's coming. Here we go. Don't crash the server. Oh, I love seeing that. 405 item level for the shoulder pieces. Now, this actually puts me in a little bit of a predicament here as making the correct choice here. I could take 411 on the helmet. Oh, there's a 411 grief torch. I mean, I have to take that, right? I actually can't not take that. I mean, it's the best trinket in the game right now. I just want to see what this looks like as transmog. I really don't like the way that that chest piece looks, to be honest. Man, they really put me in a predicament here, didn't they? A 411 grief torch, or a 411 helmet, which I already do have the helmet. But this would, if I did take the helmet, that would mean I would have a higher item level helmet, along with being able to use the creation catalyst on my already higher item level shoulders at 402, which would give me the highest item level for that. I think what we have to do here, guys, is I need to take the grief torch. That's got to be the highest item level upgrade. So what? Okay, so what we'll do here, chat, is we take the manic grief torch, right? I equip the helmet, this tier piece helmet that I already have in my bag. That gives me the 3-set bonus, and then I use the revival catalyst on my shoulders. Let's just double check my shoulders here. They are mythic shoulders, so they can be swapped over in the revival catalyst, and that'll give me my 4-set bonus. I do believe that that is going to be the best course of action there. It has to be. That's got to be the best course of action there. And that's going to give us... And then we will use our spark to craft a lifebound chest. That's going to be huge. There we go, guys. Here we go. We're going to confirm it. We can't not take the manic grief torch. This has got to be the best option. Not only that, but also in terms of loot from the raid going into this week, everybody needs the grief torch, so the odds of getting it from the raid are going to be low, as I'll be rolling against everybody else. Whereas, as far as tier pieces go, you know, you're only rolling against other people that are in your slot. So I roll against DKs, which we don't think we have any that play in the guild, and I roll against other demon hunters. There's only one other in the guild. He already has his tier. And then also we roll against, what is the other one? It is not coming to me real quick. Warlocks. And I believe our other warlock has their tier too. So tier should actually be kind of free for me in the raid. If any of it drops, maybe I have to roll against one other person. The odds are much better for that than for getting a 411 grief torch. So we're going to take that. Confirmed. No question about it. And I honestly, I can't really be happier. I think that is a fantastic pool there. Guys, is there anything I forgot? I think I covered it all. Make sure you get your quest done. It is time walking week, so make sure you are doing your time walking dungeons, and make sure you get your aiding the Accord done. Those are going to be the weekly quests you want to make sure you get done. Get your raid completed, get your mythic dungeons completed, make sure you're using your revival catalyst, and just remember to have fun. What else can you do in World of Warcraft Dragonflight, guys? Hey, I appreciate everybody for hanging out. Remember to hit the sub button and leave a comment down below if you think there's anything I missed. We can cover it in a future video. I appreciate all of you guys for watching. Adios, muchachos.